have actually built MrBeast a real-life chocolate factory. But why? Because ever since I was younger, I've always wanted to open a chocolate bar, find a golden ticket, and actually visit Willy Wonka's chocolate factory.
Oh.
But of course it's not real. Until now, because MrBeast has recently launched his new snack company called Feastables, where 10 people who buy his chocolate bars will actually find a mystery ticket and get flown out to compete for his actual chocolate factory. But unfortunately, his chocolate bars aren't available to buy in the UK, which means I have zero chance of getting my hands on a mystery ticket. So over the next few weeks, I'm actually going to create my very own Willy Wonka's chocolate factory and hope that it impresses MrBeast enough for him to kindly include me in his next video, which I will settle for, to be completely honest. So you might be wondering, where actually am I going to build this chocolate river with Waterfall? And the answer is right here, aka my stables, where I built a giant prime, opened a rage room, and even threw a festival, and now it's going to be a chocolate factory. So the first thing I need to do is paint this entire wall white. Therefore, I can then paint it again and make it look like Willy Wonka's chocolate factory, or MrBeast's chocolate factory, or Hodjack's chocolate factory. Day 2 now, and it is time to paint this whole wall. I don't really know like what kind of landscape to go for. Do I go for like just ultimate hills, kind of like a Windows XP backdrop? And I'm thinking mushrooms, sweets, lollipops, make it look beautiful, make it look like a lovely little scene. So that's the main part of the painting done, and no, my house is not on fire. My dad's just burning things for some reason. You having fun, Stu? Hell yeah, Stu was having a fun time, because the next day, he was getting brought on the mission as well. And there's this gap down next to the wall, and Stu accidentally kept falling in it. Anyway, I just thought that was funny, but yeah, big ups Dad for cutting the grass. This mission may seem fun, but it wasn't going to be easy, because to impress MrBeast, I had to get my factory built first. And he obviously has a big team, a lot of money, and his already looks this good. Whereas I'm just a small YouTuber with no money, and I've actually arranged for a real life special guest to come along on the final day. So if I don't get it finished in time, then it's literally all going to be for nothing. So we got to work by making a plan for the waterfall. You're lowering yours down? Yeah. Alright, am I doing the same? Yeah. Right, Stu, I'm getting squashed here. We've got this device. This is going to be our little waterfall pourer thing.
So the water will come into there out of the pressure of the tank, and then it'll run off this edge down.
Wait, what's better, this waterfall or the waterfall that's currently on the end of your nose? We then fiberglassed this blue thing we found to create the waterfall mechanism, and then stacked these pallets as a structure for where it was going to go. Whoa, earthquake! Guys, we have an update from MrBeast, and that is that his chocolate factory looks pretty much finished, and mine currently looks like this. But I have also now decided that I'm going to paint the roof, because it's going to annoy me if that doesn't look like the sky as well. This isn't safe to be up here, but I didn't care, because my chocolate factory was going to be awesome whether I fell or my camera did. Either way, I got the roof finished, so that means that the next day it was time to dig out the river, and as you can see, we both worked really hard on this, so big round of applause. So we've got the river dug out now. It's a few inches deep. We obviously can't go too deep, because then the river, well, the chocolate will be unbalanced. But it should look good when we turn on the waterfall and let the chocolate river come to life. It's now time to paint some cliffs for the waterfall. So that's exactly what I started doing until I got stung by this nettle, but don't worry guys, because no one hurts me and gets away with it.
Stop! He's already dead.
After that mental fight, we attached our new cliffs and thought about how we were actually going to make sure that the chocolate stayed in the river. And then we remembered about the epic stage we built for the festival, except the stage now looks like this. But the Visqueen is going to come in handy for the bottom of the river, so I'm just gonna take that now. And the Rushfest Visqueen fit perfectly, so we brought our big tank along and placed him in position on the top of the cliff, and I set out on a big task of making sure these boring cliffs looked a little bit nicer to look at. But speaking of nice to look at, our grass unfortunately now looked like this, and I kept trying to resurrect pieces of it, but it literally looks more like a desert than a chocolate factory. So I took to good old Facebook Marketplace and found someone selling some turf for a ridiculously good price. Wow, what a miracle. Guys, turns out we almost got scammed. we started loading off all the rolls and Stu checked them and it was literally moldy. We're off to recollect her and today we hopefully shouldn't get scammed. And we didn't, so that's good. But they didn't quite have enough, so the day after that I went and found some free grass. Then finally it was time to floor the whole chocolate factory, including the ditch at the back, so my dad doesn't accidentally fall down it again. I'm now in the wilderness looking for a tree. And the reason I'm looking for a tree is because I want to have a feastables tree at the factory. And yes, I ordered these bars weeks in advance and paid way more than I ever should for chocolate. So please like the video, it would really help me on my mission to getting a MrBeast challenge. Well, I've finished painting the beast tree. It is now the final day of working on the factory, and the reason I've got so much to do is because the special guest is literally on its way. It as well. So it was full steam ahead getting this whole thing completed, as well as buying the actual chocolate itself and whizzing it up inside the tank so it was ready to go. Oh! Yes! We're making chocolate! And just in time, the Hot Jack chocolate factory was finished. It's now time to turn on the chocolate waterfall, but I can't do this alone. Oh, no, 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 this isn't MrBeast Burger. This is MrBeast Bars.
Oh, that's not bar. How do I always get dragged into doing this then?
Let's turn on this waterfall! Alright, this is it. It's all come down to this moment. Release the chocolate waterfall! Wowza Rooney, now this is a chocolate factory if I ever seen one. I am actually genuinely very surprised with how this turned out. It was better than I ever could have imagined, considering I did the whole thing on a massive budget and actually ran out of money halfway through filming this video. Me and my Oompa Loompa were gassed, but was Jimmy gonna be gassed? That is the question. So what you saying, MrBeast? Does this get me a golden ticket for your next video?